Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer and I got some things to tell you, okay? I went to Joann's, or as Little Man likes to call it, Joanns, because it brings me joy, right?
Can I get Coke from downstairs?
They're not serving Coke right now downstairs. There's a Dr. Pepper in there you can have. No? No. Alright. I don't think Daddy has any more Coke in there, but you can look. Are you hungry?
No.
You waited until I turned the video on to ask me about drink.
Yeah.
Alright, so we went to Joann's here in Huntsville, Alabama. I'm not in Huntsville, Alabama anymore. Just saying, I recorded these videos last week. Okay? I am pre-recorded, and so that when I'm in the place I'm in, I can enjoy that. But we're getting ready to move on to the next city, so because I don't want to work in the next city, I'm pre-recording a bunch of videos this week, so you're going to see me wearing the same shirt. Just because, like, I'm actually, these are my pajamas. I'm in my pajamas. Little Man is here with me in the room. I went to Joann's. Okay, now, Premier Yarn has nothing to do with Joann's. They don't even sell Premier Yarn at Joann's. Premier Yarns just released a new gradient cake. Okay, they released it last week. Let me pull up Premier's website below.
That's called Dial Tone.
Is it?
No, but it is a phone line. If you plug it in by dial-up, you'll get a dial tone sometimes, only if it's working and you have a subscription.
Alright, so Premier Yarns has these new gradient cakes. I ordered two, but they're at home in Virginia and I'm not in Virginia. So when I get back home, I'm absolutely going to do a side-by-side comparison. Because Lion Brand, they also release gradient cakes. Okay? I'm here for it. I'm going to tell you straight off the bat. I am an affiliate with Premier Yarns and I'm an affiliate with Lion Brand. That means if you purchase from any of my links, I earn a dime for every dollar you spend. I earn a dime. Okay? That's all I get. Lion Brand, actually, I don't even earn that much. I think Lion Brand is, I earn a nickel for every dollar you spend. So it's not enough to buy my opinion. So I'm always truthful when I tell you whether I like a yarn or not. I'm not affiliated with Joann's at all. So if you go to shop at Joann's because I recommended it, they don't care. They could care less.
I'm looking at the balcony. I want to see if
That's not a balcony.
Well, the
I need you to stop running in and out of the room. He is bored out of his mind in this room. And today's a work day, so he's just going to have to deal with it. Alright, so the first thing that I purchased is this cute little... This is a cooler bag. We're traveling. It makes sense to buy a cooler bag, but also I really, really loved the print on it. This is my aesthetic a whole day long. And it was clearanced out. It was 70% off. I don't know what the regular price was because I don't have that. I might have the receipt in here, but... it was only a couple of dollars. It was clearanced out. I do not. And what I do have in here is gradient yarn. This is the Lion Brand version of the gradient yarn. When I get home, probably next week, I am going to do a side-by-side comparison of the gradient from Lion Brand Mandala versus the Premier gradient. I have not touched the Premier yarns yet. It's, like I said, it's at home. It's sitting there waiting for me to come home and open it, and I don't remember what colors I ordered. I think I ordered the yellow. Well, I think I ordered the yellow, and I'm not sure the other color I ordered. Maybe the pink. Not positive on that. Now that I'm looking, though, I kind of like the green. But what I'm going to show you from the website, the gradient is not real big. So, I don't know what I'm going to like. You know, it'd be crazy if it was the same yarn. Where's this yarn made at? Because all Premier Yarns comes from Turkey, right? Where's this made? Made in China. And generally, I don't like yarn that's made in China because it's usually subpar yarn. I'm going to be real honest.
What about Denmark?
What about Denmark?
Have you ever had yarn from Denmark?
I'm pretty sure I have.
There is Legos from Denmark.
Alright, so what I'm showing you today is what I purchased at well, Mr. Cinnamon bought this for me because he's awesome. This is the Mandala Gradient. Okay. And then you can scan this little thing with your phone and it will take you to the website. It says scan for more info. So it's 295 yards, and I'm not going to tell you the Premier one because I'll do a side-by-side and I'll do this versus that. It's a 4-weight. It is 90% acrylic, 10% nylon. It's not buttery soft. It's not rough necessarily. It's got a good squish feel to it. I don't know if this is going to bother my skin or not because yarn from China usually does. The blue is way softer than the yellow. Let's do a comparison. I'm going to tell you all about, oh, the purple and the pink are real soft. The yellow is rough. Okay, the yellow and the pink and white are not real soft. The blue, the dark pink, and the purple are real soft. I don't know. Oh, I do have the receipt. Alright, these were all on sale for $7.50. And the cooler was $8, marked down from $20. It says 60% off, but it was supposed to be 70% off. And apparently there's a county/parish tax here in Alabama. State tax, city. So there's a state tax, a city tax, and a parish tax. So I paid $4 in just tax. Well, Mr. Cinnamon did, but dang. I guess we're going to be done shopping in Alabama. Although by the time you see this, we're not going to be here anyway. Alright, so the colors I got 5 of these. Honestly, I probably could have bought all of them and been happy, but like I was spending Mr. Cinnamon's money, so I was being real gentle with him. I'm like, no, we're just gonna get 5. So this one is called Yellow. We're gonna go back here because my camera is not. See, that's not even helping. It's so blown out. That's pretty accurate, right there. It's like banana yellow. So it goes, oh, and the center pole is right there. It goes from a really, really pale white out to a banana yellow. We're just going to do it this way, and it looks like a banana to me. It really does. That way, we still have some light in here, but not as much. This is the color purple. Well, that's pretty accurate. Isn't that beautiful? It goes out to a really dark, rich purple, and it fades into like a... This reminds me of grape Kool-Aid, because grape Kool-Aid is not quite purple. It's like a gray purple. Isn't that pretty? Then I got the 2 pinks, because pink is one of my favorite colors. And I got the blue. The blue is called Aqua. And the middle is... It's looking more white on camera. It is blue. It's like a real, real pale blue. And then it fades out into this gorgeous aqua color. This one is light pink, which is, it's almost white in the center. Actually, it kind of looks white in the center. And then it fades out to this beautiful baby pink. And then I got this one because I thought these would go real beautiful in a project together. So you would start here and fade it out and then start here when this one ends. Because it's almost the same color. This would make one big, giant, beautiful gradient. You may see a slight... I don't know if that outside color is really close. Is a little bit darker. But it's really close to the center. So I was thinking one giant gradient, you buy this one and then fade it into this one, and it will just go fade across. So that's why I bought both of the pinks. And I wanted like several more because this color is everything. It's so pretty. is looking a little red on camera, but this is very much hot pink. It is hot pink. So, like I said, these were on sale for $7.50. And I'm going to tell you something, okay? I said this in Monday's video. I went to the Joanns in Huntsville, Alabama. And being in Huntsville, everyone that I have come across has been super nice, including the people at Joann's. And it wasn't just the employees. The employees were super nice, but also the other customers were chatty and like friendly. And I'm like, my local Joann's is not like that at all. My Joann's that I used to go to in Michigan, that's not been my experience in Joann's ever. And I've been to a lot of Joann's stores across the country. It was so nice, and I just may have went on a good day, or maybe I'm just in a good mood. I don't know, but everyone was super friendly. Like, I was greeted when we came in, and everybody was just nice. Like, other people were like, there was no pushing to get to yarn. The yarn, first of all, my local Joann's, one of the things I hate about it is they will say they have something in stock, but it's still on the truck because it takes them sometimes a month to unload the truck. And they just store it out there instead of actually putting it on the floor, which drives me insane. And so I was going to place an online order for these, and some of them were saying they were out of stock at that store. And I'm like, I'm just going to go to the store and hope for the best and hope that it's not like my local Joann store. And they had every color. They had every color. This is not on Lion Brand's website yet. It is only available through Joann's, and a lot of times Lion Brand does that. They will have an exclusivity with, and Karen and Yarnspirations does the same thing with Michael's. They'll have an exclusivity, so it is only at that store for a month or two, and then they release it on their websites. It's very common in the yarn community that they do that. Premier Yarns has also done that with Michael's, where they had an exclusivity. Only Michael's carried it for a month or two, and then they released it in other places or on their website. And that's what's happening right now, is that as of yesterday, which was the 19th of June, there was no, it was only available in Joann's. And so I don't know when Lion Brand is going to release it on their website, if at all. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. I will let you guys know when I figure that out or when I see it, because I'm going to keep my eyes out for it. Because not everybody has Joann's and not everybody is in the United States. But you can pretty much buy Lion Brand in Canada very easily. Whereas Joann's, I don't think Joann's ships to Canada. And if they do, which I don't think that they do, it's probably going to be really expensive. But yeah, I got really excited when I saw that Premier Yarns had the new gradient. And it's anti-pilling acrylic, which this is not. So that is going to go into my review. This is 90% acrylic, 10% nylon. And the Premier Yarns is anti-pilling acrylic, which they're probably going to get extra points for that because I prefer anti-pilling acrylic. But this is not at all rough. It's really, like, the yellow's a little bit, but not real bad. It's just not as soft as the other colors. I'm going to totally do a side-by-side comparison when we get home and compare the Premier to the Lion Brand. So I saw, and actually my cinnamon buns over in the Facebook group are the ones who's been telling me when Premier has a new yarn, because I have not at all been keeping track of any of that stuff this year at all. And so they've been letting me know, hey, look, Premier just released a new yarn. And so then I share the news with you guys when I find out. But they've been doing the work for me, which I'm so appreciative of you guys in the Facebook groups. You have no idea. And they're like, hey, look, Premier's got a new gradient. I was like, what? Because Premier don't tell me nothing no more. I'm just saying. They don't even talk to me anymore. We kind of broke up a little bit. So, they don't tell me nothing. So Premier Yarns released the new gradient. I was really excited. So I'm like, I'm going to order 2. I used reward points, so I got a really good deal on them. I ordered 2 just to try them out, to see if I liked them, to let you guys know about it. And then when I saw this, I was like, what? Lion Brand is bringing one out too? So I'm so excited because I hate solid color yarns. I love stripe, I love variegated, I love gradient yarns. And I have not found an ombre or a gradient yarn that I like. on the market as of yet. They are all rough, scratchy, irritating to my skin yarns. You guys already know I can't use Red Heart Super Saver. My skin has a violent, actually it's my immune system, reacts violently to whatever is in Red Heart Super Saver. Don't know why. There are a few yarns on the market I can't use. Super Saver is one of them. And I always get a hard time, like, well, if you wash it, it gets softer. I know this. First, I'm not going to wash my yarn before I use it. And second, my immune system literally attacks my hands when I use it. I don't know what's in their yarn that gives me chemical reactions, okay? But I'm not putting my health at risk to use a yarn that I gotta wash. Like, it's a whole thing, right? So I do on occasion use Red Heart Super Saver for reviews and for comparison, because that's what everybody knows. Everybody knows Red Heart Super Saver, right? And I try to give honest reviews, and I always preface it with saying, I can't use this yarn because of my hands, because of my immune system, because of my eczema, because of I get blisters and my skin literally rips open with using Red Heart Super Saver. Okay, so the ombre, I tried using the ombre from Super Saver, and I wore a hole in my hand right here. Like, I wore a hole in my hand from Red Heart Super Saver ombre. Tried the Premier Yarns big cakes of the ombre, and it was worse. Like, I couldn't use it at all. And I was so disappointed by that. I expected big things from that yarn, and it was not Premier quality. I'm gonna be real honest, it wasn't. It was a huge letdown for me. So the fact that they have anti-pilling gradient, I am so excited to try it and get my hands on it. I cannot wait. I'm muscling through a project so that I can actually play with this yarn, because I want to play with this. But yeah, Joann's has new yarn, Lion Brand, mandala, in all these beautiful colors. And I also wanted to show you my cute little cooler bag. And I told the lady that was my cashier at Joann's, she's all, you know, and this was the last one of these. She's all, I have been eyeing that bag for so long, but I don't need a cooler bag because I just use my parents. And I was like, well, I'm gonna be real honest. There's gonna be yarn inside of it, so I'm not gonna actually use it as a cooler. Which I also gotta show you. Okay, so this is Joann's cooler bag, but all these release new box bags, which are also the cute little colorful flowers. So I bought several of these at Aldi's. These probably have been way sold out. These sold out like 3 weeks ago at my local store. I bought several of them. I love, these are hard-sided box bags. I buy them every time Aldi releases new ones, because those are fantastic for packing snacks for trips, which is what is in here. It's snacks. But it's also good for groceries. I mean, they're really good. They're cardboard sided. They're like the foldable boxes that I have in my room that you store yarn and stuff in. But they have handles. I love those so much. So, I mean, I used to have a pair of pants that have flowers on them, and my dad told me I was a bloomin' idiot. And so I guess I'm just a bloomin' idiot because I have all this flowery, cute, rainbowy stuff. But, you know, it makes me happy. So, with that, check out Joann's for the new mandala gradient yarns. But also keep an eye, because Lion Brand is going to, I have no doubt that in the next month it will be releasing on Lion Brand's website. And as soon as I get home, I am doing head-to-head competition between the mandala and the Premier Yarns. And because of recent experience, I know. And because of recent experience with the ombre from Premier Yarns, I have no idea who's going to win this battle. I really have no idea, because I haven't felt Premier Yarns yet, and I don't know. Like, I like that, but am I going to like working with it? That's the thing. So we're going to work up swatches and everything next week of that. Anyway, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me and watching. Yeah, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.